Hello everybody, I'm JackieKCooper and this is my entertainment rundown. Well, Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man is the thing that's dominating the box office, but you've got to have some counter programming, so put out some movies that are a little bit opposite from that. And one of the movies that they released this past weekend was a movie called Crawl. And this is a film that really held my interest. I'm usually not into monster movies, and this isn't a monster movie per se. It's a story that could happen. It's about a young woman played by Kaya Scodelario, and she's a swimmer, competitive swimmer. Remember, she has a sister who is married and has a child. Her parents are divorced, and she's kind of lost contact with her father, played by Barry Pepper, who was her coach, and, her encourager in her swimming meets and that type thing. Well, her sister calls and says, I can't get in touch with Dad. He's down in, I think, I never got real clear, either Florida or Louisiana, and there's a hurricane, bearing down on him. They've told everybody to evacuate, and I can't get in contact with him. I'm really worried about him. And so the sister said, okay, I'm going to go down there, and check on him. And the other sister says, no, I don't want you there. Then there'll be two people I have to worry about getting out. And K.S. Delario says, yeah, well, why'd you call me if you didn't want me to go check on him? So she makes the drive to go check on her father and finally locates him in the basement of their old home, which is for sale. And he is there, and he has been attacked by, I'm sorry, this is sad to say, but I don't know if they were alligators or crocodiles, because I don't know the difference between alligators and crocodiles, but they're those big things with big teeth that chomp. So he is in the basement, it's flooding. She locates him, and she also sees the big alligator that kind of has him pinned in behind some pipes. The alligator can't get to him as long as they're in this area. And the whole thing then is the storm is getting fiercer, the water is rising, the alligator is hungry, and what you gonna do? And it's just fun. I mean, everything is logical enough that you can enjoy it without thinking, oh, this is crazy. And the actors are good. They aren't anybody that you've heard of before that much, but they're fun, and that's a good thing. The film is rated R for violence and profanity. I scored the movie 6 out of 10 because I liked what it did. Then I'm not big on documentaries, but I watched a documentary called Maiden. And this is about a woman named Tracy Edwards. She's a real life person, and you get kind of her background of growing up in England, and she ends up leaving home at an early age, and she kind of works on a ship as a cook, learns how to sail, and decides that she wants to be part of a race that is the race around the world. And what she finds out is no crews, which are basically all male, want a woman on board. They just do not want her to be there. So she decides that she will put together her own crew, and then she has to raise the money to get a boat big enough to compete in this round-the-world competition. There are legs to each part of the race. You have a winner in one leg, the first leg, winner in the second leg, third leg, fourth leg, and then you have the overall winner. So it's just a fascinating story. And then they show pictures of these women, the crew, back in 1989 when they were, participating in this. But then you have them talking on camera at the present. So you see the age difference and how they've grown and all of that. So it's just a really, really great movie to see. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's rated PG because there is some profanity. I scored it 7 out of 10. That's a good score for me for a documentary. And then I wanted to wrap up this segment by talking about Stranger Things 3. This is the Netflix series that is on, that you can stream, and it's really enjoyable. I've watched the first 2 seasons, and then I flew through the 3rd season. And it stars a young actress named Millie Bobby Brown. She was in Godzilla, and she is back in this film. And she plays a girl named 11 or Elle. She has some really, really strange powers that she can, she can move things, objects with, that type of thing. And each time there's always a big monster that she and the kids that have befriended her, are facing. And then you have the adults. You have David Harbour as the local police chief. You've got Winona Ryder, who is the mother of one of the teens that is friends with Millie Bobby Brown. And they're both good. This season, it seemed to me like, okay, we're leading up to the big conflict with the monster and what's going to happen. And everything that went before that seemed a lot like filler. It was like, come on, let's move this thing forward. Let's get it going. But I still enjoyed the characters. I've developed a relationship with them during these 3 seasons, and so I enjoyed it for that reason. I didn't think this was the best season of Strange Things. They seem to be in a repetitive mode, and I wonder if they do more seasons, is it going to get even worse? But I scored it 6 out of 10. It's above average. Just go to Netflix, put in Stranger Things Season 3, and then just have yourself a great time watching it. This has been Jackie K. Cooper's Entertainment Rundown.